Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. That's how they say it in New Orleans. Good morning. And good morning. And I forgot what it is in French. Bon matin. Buenos dias. Is that Spanish? Anyway, hi, how y'all doing? Welcome to Coffee. This is an open panel. Anybody can come up and talk. I usually just go over the headlines and tweets. Not much happening in the news today. The Hunter Biden trial moved back to the top, so things seem to be restoring to normal ish, whatever whatever the normal is now. I guess that's what the news is supposed to tell you. So it's Hunter Biden trial, the new normal. Let me check Twitter. And as always, your comments and questions and topics take precedence, so feel free to throw them in the chat or even come on up if you want. I do have a tweet. I just don't know if I want to try to go over it. It's kind of complicated. It's about dominant narratives and how they get established. How do narratives get established? That is a good topic, actually. You know what? Let's see what the AI has to say first. Before that, I'm going to give my observations or opinions or thoughts or insights or wisdom or whatever you want to call it. When I was growing up, they seemed to come from, we had basically three main TV stations, and then you might have a PBS station, which nobody really watched except for the nerds like me, and not really for news or narrative. And you had Fox that came along in the late 80s. And so you might have up to 5 channels. That's not counting cable. So the mainstream American public got their dominant narratives more or less through television, because the radio news mirrored whatever the television news said, as far as I can remember. And I wasn't that into news at that age. But somehow we got the main dominant narratives when we needed them. They seemed more or less unified. And we didn't really have to think about them much. And kind of the same for the 90s. It's really when social media started, and there's so many vectors for narratives, like decentralized, independent vectors for narratives. Actually, now that I think about it, in the mid 2000s, when blogging took off, and they had a different political bloggers, like each political faction kind of had their own set of bloggers, and I was following a set of blogs that had come out on the left, and one of them was called Daily Kos, and I think it's now, I don't even know if it's still around. And we kind of got to know each other online, and we would start to develop common narratives. We talked about this when I went over that Northrop Frye about the myth of concern and the myth of freedom, and how when societies begin, they tell themselves stories about things, and those stories gradually coalesce into a body of lore and mythology, and it keeps that little group together. That's kind of what started to form with these blogging communities. And Daily Kos actually had a blogger convention in Vegas called Yearly Kos. That was their very first attempt to bring these bloggers together. And since I was living in Vegas at the time, I volunteered to help out. So I was actually a part of that convention, and I got to meet all kinds of people that showed up. And that, I think, is kind of when these, I guess each political party has their own narrative to kind of hold the party together. So people that are actively involved in politics probably would get that narrative from party meetings, caucuses, conventions, conferences, etc. But for the ordinary citizen and American like I grew up with. We grew up more or less middle class ish, maybe lower middle, and so we were pretty representative of just the ordinary middle of the curve American. Um, our dominant narratives came from media, which media was more centralized then. There wasn't the diversity of sources that there are today. And so kind of the 2000s with the blogging community, you had individual sites or collections of sites that all kind of worked off of common narratives or developed common narratives. And to me, they just kind of emerged, kind of like when we get together on the channel, I would start gossiping about this or that the panel drama or Trump's trial, or it starts as gossip and the stories get spread around and some of them start to solidify because they're more persuasive or sound more credible than others, or simply because they're just the best story to keep the group going. Um, and eventually, I guess it settles into fact and history. With the streaming, it's all captured, so the history kind of captures itself as it goes. It archives itself. But you still have to connect all the facts and interpret it, like put them into a narrative and interpret it. Again, if you want to present anything other than just people watching the raw streams for themselves. So all that is to say, I think there's an internal process of how narratives get started, going way back to very early childhood as our brains develop and we interact with our social environment and our social learning kicks in, etc. And our personal story begins, and our personal story in relation to other people begins. Um, and then there's like the larger societal cultural way. I don't think I've ever even grown up in mainstream culture really outside of my family kind of being mainstream for our region. I mean, we still had the cultural differences from the rest of America, but so I've never really known what it's like to be mainstream America. But even within my version of mainstream, I didn't grow up the mainstream. I was always in subcultures, musical subcultures, which is where a lot of my narratives came from, but they were not, they became political narratives in the 90s through MTV when some of the bands started getting political and MTV started getting political. But before that, my personal stories and narratives were just aesthetic. They were stories about music and art and stories of the bands and their histories, and you meet fans and you hear their personal stories. So you kind of had a common set of experiences, mostly of being misfits and alienated or not understood or somehow isolated from society, either self-isolated or isolated as a result of society itself. But either way, that's where my narratives came from. So they weren't really global and political narratives. I didn't even know what was going on in my local town, hardly ever. I rarely cared. They'd have a billboard with like a new sheriff just got elected, and they might have a little sheriff parade or something, and it, I'd be like, oh, okay, I didn't even know that was happening. I don't know who this person is. I don't care. It's news to me. None of it's going to impact my life. That was my attitude toward political narratives growing up. And oh, let me turn my banner on. This is a open panel, by the way. I'm just filling in time. My whole point of doing these is to establish some regular streaming times. So I'm going to do one in the morning and somewhere around this window. It's not going to be the same time every day yet. Then I'm going to do my midday stream at 3 p.m. Central every day. That's going to be consistent. It's our former stream just moved up an hour. And then I'll open up an evening stream for just open panel and chat and hanging out. And that'll be sometime every evening, again, in some kind of window of times. So that's the plan. So that's what this is. And if nobody shows up, I'll keep it going for half an hour or so, and then I'll close it down. But I want to at least get them started every day, established. So, and and then it had like the little gifted subculture, and that's where I got most of my politics actually. And I didn't know it at the time, but it was mostly liberalism. There were very few conservatives, and the ones that were, I noticed. And this is all as an adult. When I was actually a student at the school, I didn't really care about politics, even though I could hear the narratives being passed around. They just didn't interest my brain. But I was part of the student government. And so like the politics of the school itself interested me because that was immediate. I had a very concrete way of understanding it, and I could be a part of it and influence it. So I guess the less local that politics are, maybe the less intentional people are about their narrative, or the less invested they are in their narratives. So I think narratives form around what affects people locally, and it's fitting fact into stories. And the only difference now I see is that in addition to whatever local fact is going on, and even that can be filtered through local sources, um, you have social media now dropping supposed facts into everybody's life constantly all day long at a very rapid rate. And so you have all kind of new data, I guess, that you don't even know if is fact. You're taking it on fact because you're trusting the source or whatever, and then you have to fit that into your story all day long. So that's like the new thing that could be impacting narrative creation, and why everybody's narratives are so off now. But I want to read something actually. I was gonna today. My topic today in the midday stream. I'm just gonna tie up some thoughts, some like wrap up miscellaneous thoughts on that contrast or split or tension that we see throughout Western society between rationalism and traditionalism that started back in 5th century Greece, Athens. So I want to read this paragraph from this Passion of the Mind book about that period when rationality is kind of developing from this religious traditionalist milieu. And just see if it sounds familiar. That's all. Let's see. It says, not only were the old mythologies losing their hold on the Greek mind, but the current state of scientific explanation was reaching a point of crisis. In science, these are epistemological crises. Of course, this didn't happen then because they didn't have paradigms yet. But when the scientific paradigms encounter enough anomalies where they start to break down and they have to reformulate a new paradigm, I guess that's contradictory, around the new set of facts. And so scientific paradigms are constantly shifting. But the current state of scientific explanation was reaching a point of crisis. The extremes of Parmenidean logic with its obscure paradoxes and of atomistic physics with its hypothetical atoms, both of which controverted the tangible reality of common human experience, were beginning to make the entire practice of theoretical philosophy seem irrelevant. I see this today too, where like the scientific explanation of things contradicts people's matter-of-fact experience, so they don't trust the science, like the earth is still flat. In the sophist view, the speculative cosmologies neither spoke to practical human needs nor appeared plausible to common sense. So the sophist would be like the beginning of the rational intellectuals that we have today, the secular rational intellectuals that adopt the scientific worldview. That would be the Greek version of them back then. From Thales on, each philosopher had proposed his particular theory as to what was true, what was the true nature of the world. Wait, let me see if this is et cetera, et cetera. The result was a chaos of conflicting ideas with no basis upon which to certify one above the rest. Moreover, the natural philosophers seem to have been constructing their theories about the external world without adequately taking into account the human observer, the subjective element. By contrast, the sophist recognized that each person had his own experience and therefore his own reality. In the end, they argued, all understanding is subjective opinion, Genuine objectivity is impossible. All a person can legitimately claim to know is probabilities, not absolute truth. Oh my God, how old do you think postmodernism is? Do you think the stuff that we're seeing right now as a critique of and an attack on rationalism is new? Do you think it's not drawn from the original critique on rationalism in 5th century Athens, Greece? From the They had all of these currents for the first time competing with each other: the religious, the superstitious, the naturalistic, the rationalistic, um, and the direction it took was definitive for Western civilization. But my whole point of doing all this nerdy stuff is because the past is more present than I think a lot of us realize, and I think the more we kind of become aware of just how much the past is still not the past, maybe, and this is just an experiment, maybe we can come up with some solutions out of it, or at least understand it better. Hey Cynthia, what's up? Do you want to come on and do your we were gonna have that talk about the algorithms and YouTube and stuff. This would be a good time to do it. Yes, exactly. Thank you. Right, yeah. It was the naturalistic philosophers, the Ionian nature philosophers, and then some of them from Miletus, the whole pre-Socratic, and even in the pre-Socratic phase, there were different currents and ideas, and that was kind of a little um, what am I trying to say? Like not fully settled, still fluid, eclectic, syncretic um, kind of setting in itself. Okay, cool. Good. I'm excited. Um, you had Orphism, the mystery religions. You had some ideas that were coming down through Thrace in the north from shamanism. You had the old traditional, like Greek religion. You had the budding rationalism, which there were even tensions within that between individual sophists and the philosophers that were trying to stabilize. Like they were trying to find some standard for truth. If truth is relative, and no one person has the truth, or there's no way to determine which narrative is the truth, like we saw with January 6th. um what are you left with? There has to be, if you're going to have a society and move forward, and we talked yesterday about logic and reason being very necessary to the functioning of modern civilization. um it seems like you have to have some way of figuring out which narrative to go with, and if you call that truth or expediency or whatever, you still have to be able to pick one. Like on Survivor, before they go to tribal council, they start scrambling and all talking to each other and figuring out who to vote off. That's where the plotting and the scheming happens. And everybody will come up with different plans. So by the time they get to tribal council, there's like 4 or 5 or 6 plans in motion, and you don't know which plan is actually going to happen until they vote. It's Schrodinger's plan. So everybody sitting there has different narratives and stories and ideas of what is real or likely to be real or is going to be real. And then when they vote, that like collapses the waveform into one narrative. And that's the narrative that the tribe has chosen to go with and adopt, or the plan. And that becomes history or fact at that point. So I suppose through voting, we have a way of at least choosing a narrative. But for finding which one's true, if we care about truth, and I do believe it's important, um, how do we know? How do we pick? What standard do we use? And we have legal standards for like social and political issues, and human and interpersonal issues. But for truth about the world as it is, that we can't just vote or like legislate reality into existence. At least not physical reality, not actual reality. And so We need some way to determine which narrative about reality is true, and that's right now in our civilization. Science is the most advanced form of that we have, and I'm not talking about big science, institutional science. Um, I'm talking about the scientific method and process itself. It's a cognitive process that you engage in when you're trying to understand the world and figure out what's true, and it developed from what we're talking about now, these pre-Socratic, rationalistic, eventually Socratic, Platonic, Aristotelian philosophers. All right, I'm gonna Cynthia is cooking breakfast. Are you streaming it? We could watch it. And then after she eats, she's gonna come up and we're going to talk about like ideas and ways to grow channels, I believe, like YouTube strategies. Because there's a whole speaking of understanding how things work, YouTube, there's a whole it's tech, it's software, and it works in ways like I guess there's all these Easter eggs and loopholes and tips and tricks and exploits in the algorithm that people can use to help boost and grow channels. So that's the kind of stuff I think we might be talking about. I had the AI up and I was supposed to ask it something and I totally forgot what that was. So I guess we'll never know. And if anyone else would like to come up as well. And oh yeah, two things. If you ever want to, if you have like a personal topic or a pet topic that you like talking about or you want to do a discussion on, we can have you on as like a guest that's different from a panel where we talk about your topic and then we can have callers or take people on at the end or whatever. So that's an option for a stream as well. And the second thing is that Ko-Fi donation page that I created. Until we get monetized, I went ahead and people have been trying to talk me into setting up like a Patreon forever. So as a first step, I did this little Ko-Fi thing. So if anybody, it's like my little whore jar. I feel like a whore with a sign saying, "Please give me money." But I also, I've been doing this for over a year, and I've did other versions of it before that, and this is all volunteer. It's all free. I'm just trying to make a difference and be part of the solution. I used to get paid for. I'm actually doing better work now through this than I think I did at real jobs. But I actually used to get paid to do stuff like this. So it's just to keep the lights on and stuff like that. If you're so moved or motivated. So I posted that link and I have it in my little crawler thing too. Let's see who's streaming. Maybe we could go spy on somebody. Looks like Flo ended his. Goblin's streaming tonight. No, I don't really see anything. Oh well. I don't have Cash App. Is it better to use Cash App? Maybe I should set up a Cash App. The thing with this Ko-Fi thing, there's no fee. So it was so I did it because it was so easy. Like it's one of the easiest websites I've ever signed up for, and it connected to my bank and everything, and instantly it was just so smooth to set up. Well, I'll look into Cash App. I have Venmo, but it's under my like it's not under a generic account name. I'd have to create a different one for like this brand. Cash App. Do more with your money. I'm trying to get the money to do more with. Send and spend, bank, buy stocks or Bitcoin. Wow, this sounds complicated. Yeah, I don't know much about it. I'll look into it. Their webpage is kind of trippy. I like it. Really like this webpage. Wow. And hey, good morning to you, by the way. Just having coffee. Cynthia might come up and talk about channel optimizing, maximizing. It'd be a good topic for you. We're going to talk about how to grow our numbers and get subscribers. Like there's these YouTube tricks that we're going to try to use. Good morning.
Yo.
You have black curtains? That's based. Oh.
They're blue. Oh, hold on. They're blue.
I was getting all excited with the black and the red. I feel underdressed.
All right, Jeff, I think it's time for our relationship to go to the next step.
Uh-oh, I'm scared. What is the next step?
I'm going to give you my phone number in the back. What do you think about that?
I probably won't use it. You can give it to me.
Okay.
I don't call people a lot or text people a lot. I usually let them call or text me because that way I know that I'm not bothering them or anything.
Yeah, but if we're going to do like streams and shit, but also on that note, I'm going to send you, I think if you sign up, I can send you a link to Cash App. I think I get $5.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll do it through there. Yeah, this is moving kind of fast. I mean, we were making a blood pact or something yesterday, and now we're already taking it to the level beyond blood pact.
Well, the problem is
exchanging phone numbers phase.
You don't have IG, or do you?
No, I don't. I hate IG. I refuse to get an IG account.
That's fine. I understand that. So,
unless it would get me 200 more subscribers, then I might consider it.
I mean, if you work it, but I thought you were going to watch that movie yesterday, and I had to keep checking Discord, and I was really fucking annoyed. Right?
Oh, well, okay, I'm going to be honest with you.
And that's like, if I just had his fucking number, I could text him, but then I had to check on Discord. And it's just
to stalk. That's what this number thing is about. The next phase is the stalking phase. It's all coming back now. Yes.
Stalking.
And then, are your parents still, do we meet the parents soon? Are they going to show up on a stream?
No, that's not happening, bro.
Okay.
I thought we were going to do some streams together or something, right? Just set up a show, but only talk. Do you think I'm crazy? Am I moving too?
I'm willing to go with it. Look, I'm with you. I'm all about the numbers. If it gets the numbers up, then yeah, we can move to whatever phase gets those subscribers.
I don't know what this coffee thing is, but I mean, what is? Oh, this is a monthly thing or a one time?
It's a daily thing. I'm going to stream once in the morning, once midday, and once in the evening. So 3 times. And then there's room for content in between that.
No, I'm talking about this donation thing.
Oh, the coffee, Ko-Fi. Yeah, it's like a buy me a coffee, except it's
most people have Cash App, so it's just easier for them to just be like bada bing, bada boom.
Well, send me your link and I'll sign up so that you get the bonus for it.
Yeah, I have to figure that out. I might need your number. Hold on, let me check.
Here, I'll just put it in the back.
Okay, got it.
Oh shit! That means now I can't let fake people on. Fuck. How do I delete a private because new people that come up can see that, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, Cynthia, you can come on if you want, but I don't think anyone else is coming on panel today because my phone number just got posted in the back. Not that it means anything. All I would do is ignore y'all's calls. So.
But you have TikTok or not?
No, that's a line from me. But I'm not opposed to somebody else dipping their toe in those waters and seeing what happens.
No, I had a TikTok, but I mean, I have it. It's funny.
I've seen the kind of audience it's going to bring, but it definitely has the numbers.
TikTok had Hold on. I have a Colorado number, FYI.
Okay. You have a what?
Colorado number.
Oh, I don't even know what. This is the digital age. I don't know what any area codes are anymore.
TikTok is interesting because you can post stuff about Israel, right? It's interesting what you can get away with on certain platforms. Like you can post Israel
because
stuff.
it's Chinese. It's not. They don't have to follow like Western laws.
Something like that. But if you post certain things about the gays, you'll get shut down. Like I've had a few.
So like each platform has its own bias of what they let you post.
Yes.
Interesting.
And when I started off, I feel like you need headphones to make your channel better personally because I can hear myself. Maybe I should talk less loud. Let me turn down.
Well, I have headphones. The problem is, I don't like them. I don't like the look, and they clash with the antlers.
All right,
but we can try headphones to see the difference.
I
just don't think they aesthetically.
Can you turn me down?
Hands in my ear.
Can you turn me down on your side, on your TV or whatever it is? Because I hear myself.
You were all the way up. No wonder you're like at 200.
Yeah, it's too much. That's what she said. So,
is that better?
Let's see here.
Echo.
It's not you echoing, it's me because I can hear myself. It's slightly better, but it still sucks.
And you have headphones, so it is me. Here, I'll just switch to headphones. Hair and makeup change real quick. Costume change. I'm still here.
Okay. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I'm gonna send you this. I've never actually convinced anyone to join Cash App, so let's see how that goes. Did you
All right, I'm gonna go mute for a sec. I'm switching.
Okay, I guess while Jeff mutes, I'm going to usurp this channel and take over. And that's what it's going to be.
I think I'm back.
All right. Yeah, it doesn't look as cool.
Yeah, that's why I don't use it. Does it sound better? People say I breathe into it, like it sounds breathy if I don't position the microphone right.
But don't use that microphone. You put your old microphone is better.
This one on the headphones.
Don't use that one.
Well, this microphone is the one causing the whole problem.
No,
you're saying not. Use this mic with the headphones?
Yes.
As a speaker. Okay.
Yes.
Let me try. Oh, hang on. Do I have enough USB things in my computer to even use it?
Did you have to unplug it?
Yeah. To fit the headphones.
Your headphone is a USB jack?
Yeah.
That sucks.
All right, let me see if it All right. This is this thing.
Yes, much better. Much better.
So keep this thing, but the headphones, except
wonderful. And it looks
but I want to hear like the red. Let me see what you have. I want one with space numbers. What do yours have? Yeah, that looks a lot cooler than this. I have these green ones. And they actually they have a little rainbow symbol that lights up. Maybe I'll wear these for pride. I'm gonna switch to these. And these are not USB. So yeah, let me do that. Hang on.
Okay. All right, everybody. We're giving 10 hot tips to improve your YouTube channel today, starring Gen X Jeff and Midlife Bro Logic. Step 1. You want to get money, post your goddamn Cash App because it's just normal and people have it. I'm not saying get rid of this Ko-Fi or Coffee or whatever the crap it is. But I think just for a passing viewer or new viewers who already have Cash App, and this is just hearsay, this is just my opinion, I feel like they would be more willing to just send you a Cash App than this thing. But I could be wrong. Maybe this is where I've been wrong all along. Maybe this is what's going to send me over the edge. A Ko-Fi thing. Baltimore's making lots of noise. Lots of things going on out here in the hood.
Can you hear me?
You sound great.
Hello?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Fuck, hang on 1 sec.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? La da dee, la da da, la da dee, la da da. Let's see here. How do I?
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, I hear you. Do you hear me? Da da dee, da da da, da da dee, da da da. Yeah, I hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
I cannot hear you. I might have to refresh the browser.
No, you have to.
Let me try that. I'll be back.
Go to no, don't. You have to go to settings, Jeff, and you have to click on audio output or whatever, and you have to put it on whatever it is your headphones are. And let's just be honest.
All right, now I can hear. Can you hear me?
Yes, you can hear me.
Back in action. Is that better?
It's great, but to complete the look, I think you should take this telemarketer. Does that thing come out?
Does the ball comes off?
Does it unscrew? I mean, take it off and look at it before you break it. Don't worry, I can carry the show while you do that. Don't break your microphone, because you don't want to look like a freaking telemarketer, right? Yeah, it does kind of mess with the lines of the antlers, but it is what it is. I mean, they work. That's the thing about headphones; they usually work for years.
It's built into the headphone. I can
try turning it backwards. No, turn it backwards. Can you turn it backwards? Like, take them off and put the left on the right and the right on the left. Take it off. And just flip it so it's in the back. Put it in the back. Lull. But then hopefully the wire's not like crossing over you.
All right. Say so.
It looks much better, personally.
Okay. We'll go with that.
Good, actually. I like
We'll go with that so I could continue to have a show this morning.
I have a shirt like that. Should I get a matching shirt?
No, I was. This clashes to me visually. Everything's black and red except for this Granny Curtain shirt. I might need to go change. I could put my cultist robe on.
I mean, don't. No, it's a little early in the day for such.
Yeah, I'm having a gay day.
Do you hear that shit in the background?
I can barely hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
I think it's me. I need to turn me up. Say something.
Hello, la da dee, la da da, la da dee. I can
Crystal
turn my gain
Waters.
up.
Don't give me.
I turn my gain up.
Don't give me copyrighted.
Is that what's the name of that song?
That's Crystal Waters.
Oh yeah, Crystal Waters. Yeah. La da dee, la da da. Yeah, that's good shit, right? 90s, whatever they call that.
All right, see, we're talking about like how to get a channel monetized.
No, did you get the text or not?
Yeah, I did.
All right, I need to send you a. This is the only time I'm actually going to send it to someone who gives a shit. And now I can't fucking find it. Otherwise, I always find it. Also, like, you don't have to. You don't have to hook it up to your bank account. FYI, Jeff.
What do you mean? How do you get your money?
If you can hook it up to your bank account, but if you're like new to this and you feel a little bit concerned, which I understand, they can just send you like a Cash App credit card where you just use.
No, I don't mind doing it. I have PayPal and stuff. I have that hooked up.
Okay. All right. So how are we going to get myself 1 million subs?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
Well, you're going to get 1 million subs now that your sound is better.
Okay.
Just wearing those headphones is great. Oh, invite friends. Get $5.
Okay. Should I lose?
No. Stop. Did you get the text? Can you confirm that, please?
I said I did.
Can you send me like a confirmation text?
Okay.
Like, yes, I got it.
Why do I keep attracting these? All right. Yes, I got it.
All right. Let's see here.
A gay with crooked nose. Okay, so no black in front of the. These are good tips. This is good feedback. No black in front of the couch. Do this setup or not. But see, like, are the antlers over? Have we moved beyond the antler phase because of the headphones, or should I still try to?
I mean, that's on you, bro. I mean, the antlers are weird, but respectfully, the weirdest thing about you is you're rocking.
And the antlers kind of normalize that. I feel like people take me more seriously with my antlers on. I have more credibility for some reason.
I would say the exact opposite.
No black or antlers.
No black.
Well, I'm never going to be able to completely get rid of the black in many ways, but like this. See,
now you just look kind of like a normie. You look like a normie. Now you look like a dad.
Oh Lord, a gay dad. That's not a bad look.
Invite friends and get $5 each. Make it easy to invite friends by allowing Cash App to access and securely
I'm already suspicious.
Store your contact list. You can change this. Wait a minute. Is this going to send a fucking invite to every goddamn person I know? Because that's not going to work for me. Continue. Okay, here we go. Let's see if this works. Now, obviously, your name should be Gen X Jeff, not like your real name when you're posting this shit. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Let me see if that's right. Okay, I'm sending you an invite.
Look. Look what you got from your frenemy Moose.
He's just got to come to resolution to me, or we are never going to get.
Like, okay, I think maybe
I'm coming around. Maybe I'm coming around.
Because here's why. I think Moose could be a great asset and addition to what you're trying to do with both what you're trying to do. So if we could get him back on a team, I think that could help too.
Okay. We'll go on a probationary period. Maybe.
But are you going to be all like hyper vigilant and looking for reasons to?
Probably.
Well, okay. We'll be vigilant for that too.
All right, I'll give it a second chance, Moose. But I got my eye on you.
Will you let him? Will you leave if he comes up, or can we have a kumbaya today? If we're gonna do a pact and we just exchange phone numbers, come on, you got to get along with my friends.
All right, maybe later today. Maybe not this morning. I got shit to do. Maybe later today. Later today.
All right, fair enough.
I'll think about it.
So you were talking about the channel.
Yeah, I mean, look, bro, did you get your Cash App invite? Your channel is already like 3%, like way better. First off, when I talk, I don't hear like myself echoing with your headphones on. Boom. Like already, bro, look at me. I'm a YouTube expert. Also, now you're going to post your Cash App, which is like, I think, superior.
Well, I'll do all that later after I'm not going to try to sign up for it right here. Right.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but I'm just saying.
But when I do, I'll definitely post it. Join Midlife on Cash App. Try Cash App code, and we'll both get $5. Oh, it's an app on a phone. I have to go to the
oh, you get $5 too?
Oh hell! Well, yeah, I'll do it. I need this,
bro.
Thank you. I'm gonna add this to my little whore jar. Cash App.
Oh yeah, it'll pay you $5 if you log in and do it, bro. All right. Does anyone else want to use Cash App? I need to make some money this morning.
We're hustling Cash Apps now.
Yes.
Yeah. See, we're already we're already going places.
Dude, we're already selling out and going corporate with Cash Appers. Wouldn't that be funny?
Moose, I think you have handled this very expertly and very maturely. So I appreciate
yeah,
that.
he did. Yeah, he did. He's slowly winning me over.
This is a learning curve for everybody, and as long as everybody at least has the willingness and the openness, I think we can make this work.
Okay, it's fine. Listen, I know I come off as a cunt because maybe I am, but sometimes I just, when I hear things, and maybe I'm wrong, but when I hear certain things, I just feel this. Maybe I think too highly of myself sometimes, and I feel like I know what's best, and I have to fucking say this, and I have to be nasty about it.
That's the daddy in you. That's the part of you that doesn't want another man's name on his underwear.
I mean, are we? Yes, I don't want another man's. I don't want another man's name on my body. I don't want a shirt that has a brand on it, but I definitely don't want.
I completely get that. I'm an alpha sub. I don't want to be subjugated to any man either, except ones I choose voluntarily. I feel the same way. I get the same way.
Yeah. So why do you always give me such a hard time that I don't want a gay man's name on my underwear?
I don't. You came in and you gave yourself a hard time for 2 or 3 days straight.
You just brought it up again. You see how you do that?
Fair enough. So you want me? You want it dropped? We're having our first fight. Do you want it dropped and not brought up again? I can do that. I mean,
this isn't a fight. This isn't a fight. This is just.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, I can't wait to. Should we accelerate to the real fight too, since we're jumping through all the phases so quickly?
Every time you
fight with someone, out of the way.
No, they disappear from your channel
because we learned the conflict patterns through fighting. That we learn how to resolve them better in the future.
But let's talk about you. Maybe you have a problem because you're the one that you have.
I don't have. I'm the guy with no problem that everybody else tries to convince they have problems, but they're always wrong.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's a problem right there, bro. Listen, there's already 2 people.
The ego and lack of epistemic humility.
There's 2 people that I know of that used to be. I thought.
Hey, why aren't you streaming major this to your show?
What?
Why aren't you streaming this to your channel?
This is not on my brand. I mean, no.
It's audience.
Maybe we'll fight about it. I don't. This is not my audience. Does this make sense?
But if we share audiences, then we both grow as that. It's each audience grows. It ripples to both of us.
When people see this, they're going to unsub for me, respectfully.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we could fight over that.
Why are you investing in something that your audience is going to unsub from? That seems like bad business strategy on your part.
It's not. If I can pick up your subs, and then I can also I can.
Well, you're gonna pick up my subs by streaming to your channel. That's what I was saying. That's how you do it.
Okay, this is what we're gonna fight over.
They go over to your channel and see your stuff. But were we gonna fight about that before this?
No, we're gonna fight about this because you're.
But you were saying something before about.
No, this is important. This is important. This is important.
All right, take charge, Daddy.
Okay.
I triggered his homophobic consciousness.
No, like that is going to get me to lose subs. I'm trying to cultivate like trending and politics on my channel type of stuff with a midlife bro kind of slant.
We kind of do that here.
But this is like kind of, I don't know how you describe this, but I would.
This is like a Vegas buffet.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I like this, but I don't want to put it on my channel in fear of losing subs. I don't want to cast a large net.
So the stuff you do is stuff that we specifically like collaborate on and target.
We pick it. We're
going to make specific content for your channel.
Pick a topic and stay on topic. Okay. And if we do that here, then I'll stream it.
Well, we can.
Okay.
I can make this be anything I want. I can make it be top.
Sure.
If you go look at my earlier stuff, that's exactly what it is. It's me talking with guests and having conversations. So I can do that when we need it, but then at other times I want to do this kind of open. Anybody can drop in and hang out.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fun. It's fun.
So if you want to stream the content parts, when we do conversations, that's fine, and then you can just leave these open.
I'll do that. If it's a good topic.
And this is a great idea, actually. And he might even do it. Because I'm e-begging too. Bro's e-begging. We could get a little e-beg team going and up our game.
I don't know. Yeah. How should you e-beg? I typically
I like to let my work speak for itself, and then people might get inspired to throw something my way. I'm very much like intrinsic motivation. I don't like to. To me, if they're going to contribute, they're already going to contribute. I don't have to coax it out of them.
I don't like begging.
I don't either. I just like making them aware that it's there. If they like tapping it every now and then. Did you notice the little tip jar?
Why don't you? Oh, there it is on the bottom.
Mm-hmm. And then I could put the link again.
I mean, the color at the bottom kind of sucks, Jeff. Shouldn't it be like?
Do you have the option of changing it? Let me see.
Yeah, like pick a different banner color.
Well, no, I don't see.
It just kind of blends in.
I don't see where you could change it. That's the StreamYard default.
Well, yeah, but okay. So let me log into my StreamYard. Let's take a look.
And Cynthia, you getting all this?
Let's take a look. But I do beg. I don't beg people to give me money, but I beg them to sub. Maybe I should stop. I don't know. What do you think?
You not get numbers either way. So what does it hurt? You know what I do is I have a wrench. I have Ken, and his responsibility is when he's on the channel to post reminders in the chat, reminding people to like and sub, like every hour or so. He'll post a little gentle reminder. And so it's not coming from you. It's like coming from a moderator. And so it's less obtrusive, I think.
All right. So my banner is green. Why? How did I do that? There is a way. There
I don't see it in function unless it's somewhere in the deep settings. Oh, brand.
Yeah, it's under brand. Brand color. There it is.
Oh, okay.
Click on that.
What should I do? Red?
I mean, you could do red, but is it just going to disappear, or will it look nice? I don't know. Let's try it.
Out. It's still black. I don't know how to.
You have to.
I changed the brand color.
Hold on.
But nothing happened.
No, you didn't do it right. Did you save it? Oh, you have to make a new
brand, a whole new brand?
No, maybe a new. I don't know, man. Like, just, let's see here. You picked red as a brand color?
Yeah.
Okay. It's important to brand your content. This color is used in your banners, on-screen comments, and display name. Okay, so you figured that out. And then you have this. Did you show display names? Good. What are show headlines? Is that something new? Display a title, social media handle, or headline below display names, participants. Oh, that's interesting. It's a shit show, but I really have to get the lint out of my belly.
This is the live. This is like the learning portion of the program where this is like live experiential learning for those that are interested in process.
Yeah, maybe not the best for.
But this is morning coffee, so this is perfect for shit like this. This is a very casual stream. Okay, good. Cynthia's about to come up and give us her expertise. She could be our panel mama. Ooh, look at here. We got her right here. Miss Cynthia.
What's going on, guys? Good morning.
Hi. How are you? Are we having our conversation?
So I think you and I were having a conversation the other day, and I was going to share with y'all some of the things that I'm doing for my show. And that is, for one, is I check out a couple of websites when I title up my show, and it's called Answer the Public.
Oh, okay.
So I'll kind of give y'all a little, let me go to it.
Search listening tool for market content and consumer research. Wow, I didn't even know about this.
Okay, so hang on, I'm pulling something up. Hang on. Do you mind if I share screen with you real quick?
Yeah, no, not at all.
What's up, Hank? I just hit 4,000 watch hours, Jen X Jeff. So if You could quickly get me 350 subs. I could get monetized.
Well, Cynthia's here. We're working on it right now.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, I just got back from work.
How was it?
My weekend starting.
Oh, awesome. Congrats, my dude.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, Hank, you probably have some insight too into how YouTube works and channels grow and all that stuff.
So
Yeah.
I have something to present in the back.
Okay.
So this is it. So like we'll say, let's talk. Pick a topic, any topic y'all want.
I want to talk about how Jeff shows a constant sign of somehow getting into fights and people leaving his show, but never accepting responsibility for it when the clear pattern and the common denominator is him.
But let's like do something
fault.
like mental health or something.
I'm gonna
like
do
that.
How about Linux?
resolution.
I like Linux.
I'm gonna do conflict resolution. How does that
That
sound?
works.
Okay.
This is
I don't need a search engine to tell me that.
No, he doesn't.
No, but you don't need the search engine for that. But hang on one second.
is this Moose? Is optics are high Moose?
Yes.
Spell?
Bro, I told you we are gonna make up today later, maybe.
Okay,
Or at
this
least
all
the
kind
day
of male
after.
bonding happening on this channel. I'm loving it.
I mean, it takes time. Like you threatened to sue me,
What
bro.
a beautiful world.
Like, how do I respond to people that threaten me in real life? It's
Bring those lawyers to me, Moose.
Well,
my lawyers against your
we'll
lawyers.
talk
kind of
about
a thing.
that.
I get
That's
triggered.
perfect. So you go in there, there's like a thing, you do it, and it's gonna pull up a graph. And it's gonna show you how many other YouTube content creators have used that graph, have used that similar subject. And then they're going to show y'all how they titled it. Did they title it as in a debate style video? Or did they title it as in they're sharing it their story? Like they'll break it up in sections. And then from there, they'll show you how many views each video got. Like this one got over 5,000 views. This one got over under 1,000 views. So that way you can kind of gauge what worked best and the other and what people were most interested in. I feel like there's something going on.
Yeah, it's some bullshit sound that it's not me.
A sound? Is it Hank?
Are y'all
No, I was muted.
Oh.
Are y'all in Discord?
I am, but there's no sound.
Okay. But anywho, so I just use different programs to help me title the shows to kind of so I can gauge to see what other people like. And then also hashtags are a huge thing as well to get your show in front of people.
I tried it. Frank talked me into that, and I tried them, but they don't seem to be making that much of a difference. I might not be using them right.
Can you show the screen, Jeff?
She took it off.
Oh.
No, you can do for your making the titles, you mean?
Yeah.
You were like presenting
And
something.
and
it's
here's
gone.
another thing. Like under the title, YouTube puts these little hashtags in gray, and I didn't add them in there. YouTube like pulls them from somewhere and adds them themselves, and I don't know how to change those because I want different hashtags there than YouTube is selecting.
Oh, I know how to change them. You just do it in the studio.
Yeah.
Well, I went back and I took them out of my little bank of hashtags, but it's still putting them in there. It didn't take them off of.
There's the default profile. Yeah.
Oh,
So you change the default profile in your YouTube studio.
Is it under customization?
Yes.
So I kind of have like a workflow, like as far as putting videos together and coming up with topics. I have a workflow, and I think that for me, that is something I'm still developing, and also learning to do this to create shows out of habit and work on this out of a habit and not out of inspiration. Like, oh, I'm inspired to work on my show today, but more so treat it truly like a job.
Mm-hmm.
And treat it like a habit. Like every day I have to put in 2 hours of work for my show before I go to my job. And I have to really hold myself accountable, which is where an accountability partner comes in really handy at
We
this
have
time.
Hank. He's a good one.
No,
He's a tough
someone's telling me that in my life, Cynthia. Actually, Cynthia is the one with this weird clickety sound. But see, I mean, that's a good point. Just do it no matter what. But then I'm scared that I would just like force myself to put out something shitty. And if I don't feel like into it, I'm just scared of.
Would doing it with another person help that?
You mean like a co-host or title? I mean,
yeah, or like if you're not just solo, but you have to show up for projects that you do with other people, would that like help you be consistent? Like when Chris and I started this, he showed up every single day consistently for months and months and months because we were doing it together, so we were both motivated to be there.
Oh yeah, it's like having a hunting partner.
Yeah,
and you don't want to get up at 4 a.m, but you don't want to let them down, kind of shit. Yeah, no, I get that.
4 a.m. is late for me.
And you have
usually up.
Keep it serious. Like I have, ways I break down my work and just the workflow. I have a checklist to make sure I've covered everything. Like you really have to treat this like a business.
What is your plan, Cynthia, as far as your?
Well,
I'm looking at your show. I'm on your page. Of course, I'm subscribed.
Thank you. Well, mine's actually getting ready to go into the vlogging style. Although I do enjoy sitting on panels, I don't want to be a channel that just has panels because I do know how to film and edit. I do want to use my talents more. And then I have a second channel coming up tomorrow that's strictly a talk show between Margot and I. But we pre-record it and then I edit it and then I premiere it. I'm not going to allow that to have that show in front of people yet, because sometimes the panel and the audience in particular, being the subscribers and the chatters, they can take the conversations away from what you had intended for it.
Yes, this is my problem.
So
this
I'm
is my problem.
Like a talk show, like it's a pre-recorded talk show, but just between us two. Once we develop more, we will have occasionally we will have open live panel nights, but I'm trying to create it as an exclusive thing. Like you can't just hop on panel with us.
I can understand that. There's sometimes, especially now when I'm like, I have a bunch of subs, but they're not like real fans because I'm just like such a whore. I just beg people to sub and they sub, but then they don't necessarily watch. So sometimes, well, like when I start my streams, it's just like there's one person watching, and it's kind of sad and depressing. And just like,
that's normal. We all went through that. That's gonna happen until it grows.
It's like you're just lucky or happy if anyone shows up. But now sometimes I get to the point where it's like these people that come on and they just derail the show, and it's a total shit show. And then I'm just like, and then I just feel like, what's going on with my channel, and what am I doing with my life? And it goes from like the channel to like I'm a total loser and a failure in life, and maybe I don't know. And no, I feel you though. But as far as like, I do want to make pre-recorded videos. I think like the old style of YouTubers would just make like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-minute videos and just pump them out. And some people still do that, and they do garner an audience. But what, Cynthia? What are your topics you're considering?
Our first topic, like for tomorrow, is we did a Lifeline show. We talked about 3 major events that happened in our life that defined who the person we are today. This week we will be recording 10 years of sobriety, what that journey's like, what it took to start that journey, and how it feels to be there to reach the 10-year mark.
So what do they call that? I think there's a word for that, personal or something. I don't know what that's called, but no, I understand what that is. I mean, that's cool.
Hey, I just want to throw out there, if you want to grow your channel, you have to think about the people that are watching. You have to think about how much time you're wasting, because a lot of these panels, the reason why they blow up so fast is because of the drama, right? We have the drama that brings people to it, but the drama is not sustainable. It's like watching a car wreck. You see a car wreck. If you see the same car wreck the second time, it doesn't surprise you. It doesn't surprise you, that second car wreck. And so you have to have a worse train wreck and a worse train wreck and worse and worse and worse. And so it's not sustainable. What Midlife was saying with having a topic is a great idea, because that will give the people that are coming to your channel, it'll say, hey, this is what we're talking about today. Come in here. And I know I'm with you on that. I'm just saying it's a good idea to have topics.
Is you can have a live panel and you can have topics and you can have your outline, but then you have to become very, very strict and kind of like, no, we're staying on topic. And a lot of times it just is like the animals take over the zoo, and it's.
But that's a facilitation thing. That's on the panel host.
Yeah, like I really never had that issue. I scare them away. I don't even have to kick them out because I'm just saying I'm gonna focus on my thing.
So, so if you're going to be that style of show and stick to topics, you have to be a Hank style of panel host.
Or if you're going to be a hangout, you just be a hangout, right? And you welcome people, and then you throw out the ones that are going to make the hangout not a fun place to hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely, and no disrespect to the hangout panels. Yeah, and sometimes they have their moments, but that's definitely not what my channel is going to be personally. And a lot of the problem is sometimes people come over from the hangout panels and they don't realize that it's not a hangout panel, and they're like, "Hey, did you see what someone did on their other YouTube channel?" And I don't want to talk about other YouTube channels, but conversely, I went to a hangout panel one time trying to talk about a topic, and I just kind of made a fool of myself. So.
Oh yeah, that's happened to me many times.
So I just get used to it. You'll make stuff that sucks. You'll make it for yourself once in a while, and you just keep on pushing forward.
Well, I mean, when y'all go onto these shows, do y'all have like a plan? Like, I have checked topics. I know what these topics do, what their hot topics are.
Like when we go on other panels?
Yes.
Like when
of
you
course I have a plan.
I just click the link. I don't ever know what's
going
going
on.
I watch at least 5 or 10 minutes before I go up.
Unless I hear a topic that has me, like I'm going up.
When you're creating, you're the host. You're creating the show. Before I talk about such and such topic, do you just think about it off of the top of your head and say, hey, I think I'm going to make a live about that, and then push live? Or do you have a book where you keep topics at hand as they come?
Both.
You pull it back up and then say, okay, I'm going to talk about this. What are other people saying about this? What stance am I going to take? Like, how much effort are you putting into your shows?
Yeah, for notes, for things I care about, I have notes for it. I don't necessarily have it ready to be in the show, but I know I've written something down, so I could compare into the show, but I don't plan shows that way because I usually have something to do. And my show is like, okay, I'm going to work on this thing, or I'm supposed to do this thing.
Right. Also, a while ago at Bro Midlife, Bro Logic said something about the editing or taking the long time, and he doesn't want to deal with that, something along those lines. And for me,
the same thing.
For me, I had to make a sign on my little vision board that said, do not sacrifice perfection for completion. I'm not on a race with anybody. I'm learning my flow. And I'm not going to put that pressure on myself to get this project completed and turn in a half-step project.
Now you're making it harder for the rest of us.
Yeah, I'm going to put the opposite.
You're doing what I get accused of doing. You're setting a higher standard than the rest of us.
I'm gonna.
I'm literally going to write that down and do it in reverse order. I'm not going to sacrifice completion for perfection. So I'm actually going to do the opposite of what Cynthia's going to do.
You're just going to get it out there. That's what you do.
Absolutely.
I always have that.
Yes.
It's not a race.
As fast as possible.
It's against yourself.
Cynthia, that's common with a lot of neurodivergent people.
But I think that's because I'm talking about editing your videos, like a video I filmed and a story I'm putting together. I'm talking about that stop. I'm not sacrificing. I'm editing.
Well, that's its own art form, really. So you should,
So as far
dedication to your craft.
That way. So let me make it clear on videos. Like, I'm editing my vlogging thrift video. Yeah. It's like only 8 minutes, but it's taken me 10 hours this far. And I'm still not even all the way done. I haven't scored it yet. But
once you've done that 100 times, Cynthia, you're going to get a system down to where you do it. And it's like, boom, 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 boom. I got this shit. That 10 hours just turned into 1 hour.
So in this moment, I'm using this time frame as like Moose is saying, to develop my system. So right now, working on a video for 20 hours seems absurd to me, but I know it's not going to always be this way.
Mhm.
I'm learning my balance and I'm learning how to do it. Even on having a live panel, I mean, a panel that I record and then I turn around and edit, even though I pretty much know what I'm going to take in and out, I'm still have to listen to that again. And that's still another 4 hour process because I'm going back and bleeping out certain part, or there are things that are said that are like, hey, let's go ahead and take this out, you know? So editing for me is something you can't get around. You just have to deal with it and find your flow with it.
I used to make edited videos. I think I might get back into it.
We're good. That'll come in.
Of course, I thought they were funny, but yeah, I don't know. Today is a new day. We'll see what happens.
Moose is an agent. What
Does anyone want a Cash App link? It'll give you $5. It'll give us both $5. I guess that's a no. That's fine.
They might already have y'all.
I already got Cash App.
I have.
Sorry, I'm late.
There it is. See, Jeff, everyone has Cash App.
I'm gonna sign up today. Get it. So, and I do think we need to talk about the other topic you want to talk about, but I don't know if we'll have time this morning. But I'll be on later today and again tonight.
All right,
Yeah,
we'll
what direction is your show going, Jeff? Like I've noticed, like I went to tune in to you, I think either yesterday or the day before at 2:00 on the dot, and I was like, "Where's Jeff?"
I moved it to 3. It's gonna be 3 now.
Okay.
So I'll be there today, and I'm gonna do my topics during that show, and then I'll do the open panel at night, like the hangout.
Hopefully one of your topics is Gen X Jeff never holds himself accountable.
It can be.
I
don't know who am I responsible for holding myself accountable to. First of all, is the question. There's the YouTube terms of service. There's laws, and outside of that, this is my venture. Who I'm accountable to me and my vision.
That's about it. I agree
every time I start cooking, you bring out the fire extinguisher, Jeff. Here's the truth. The truth is, you had people on your show who are official co-hosts, right? And let's be like
Chris.
Let's be like Cynthia. Let's be professional.
Truth is just a feeling.
Let's be professional like Cynthia. Let's call them. I guess you're the CEO, and these are your employees, or maybe they're your partners.
Well, no, I'm already rejecting.
Every time I try to say something, you won't let me talk because I'm getting close to the truth, and you're not.
Truth is just a feeling, bro. Logic. Truth is just a feeling.
Listen, the truth is okay. Let's just speak.
All right, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go.
No, you don't even let me finish. You don't even let me finish, Jeff.
I'm gonna go.
You are not holding yourself accountable, sir. It's easy for you to dole out accountability between you and Hank.
Jeff, let me take this one. Listen to Midlife real logic real fast, and then I will defend you after he's done. Go ahead, Midlife.
Okay, thank you so much. Here's the problem. Jeff is losing co-hosts. Jeff is losing longtime panelists, or I don't know if Liv had a title or not, but he, she, whatever, I mean, that's a whole issue there. But this person is not here anymore. And every time Jeff talks about it, he's just always blaming them. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. I see something that is reoccurring, and I see a common denominator. And I don't see any accountability from Jeff. What is he going to say? Did you choose co-hosts wrong? Did they choose you? Or is it something you're doing, sir? And I think that needs to be explored. If this is the accountability channel on YouTube, perhaps maybe that's the angle of this channel.
I don't know how
holding men accountable so they stop acting like bitches. Because women, let's face it, typically women never take self-accountability.
Okay. Jeff, let me go first and take a moment to breathe, listen, and let me go. Okay.
So let me see Jeff's face. Is he pissed off and rocking really fast? Hold on. Let me see.
I can't see anybody's face except for yours. All right. So first off, you can't see mine because my thing's not working.
I'm gonna put you on solo.
All right. So first off, Chris is having a hard time in life. He's a perpetual victim. And he also doesn't take accountability for things that happen to him or his own life. And I love Chris. Like, I tried to help him. I wanted nothing more than his family to be blessed, and I still want that. But it's really hard to have a co-host who shows up and can't give it his all because he's got so much going on in his own life that it's almost wrong for him to take this time to be here on the show. And he knows that. He knows in his heart it's wrong, and that's why he doesn't bring his A game, and that's why they broke up. Now,
Well, hold up.
Lib's
If I may, he's running his own channel on his other channel, so that math ain't quite mathing, but okay.
But see, look, he's not passionate about the same things though. So Jeff is running his show one way, and Chris needs to run his show a different way because that's what his heart resonates with, right? So it's just not working out. It's like a relationship, right?
Okay,
When two people get together, sometimes they fall in love, sometimes things click, sometimes it's just the right timing, And I don't think that there's anything wrong with either one of them, but I do think it's everyone's fault. It's both of their fault,
I'll
for
take
things
accountability for it. I already did on stream.
But when it comes to Lib, I don't agree.
2 in 1 month. 2 in 1 month is a bit alarming.
That's going to happen when you run a stream. People are going to come and go based on their experience.
Let me say Lib real fast, and then I'll yield. Lib, on the other hand, never said there was a problem. Lib was talking to me privately, asking me to help him with his show. Next thing you know, I must have said something offensive on one of the streams or something because he never talked to me again, or she never talked to me again. The thing is that when you have no communication, it's really hard to understand the expectations and how to behave with other people. If you have open communication, if I disrespect you, Bro Logic, I can apologize to you and say, look, I really didn't mean it in malice. It's just,
are you Moose?
I messed up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus. I didn't know you were Moose.
Yeah, see, but now because you know who I am,
that's too bad.
All right, I yield. Go ahead, guys.
I feel like I didn't consent to this, and you're tricking me. Like, you've got 24 names. It's already sussy, but okay. I mean,
hi, panel host here, owner of the show. I would like to respond to what you said. Lib decided not to come back. That's a decision he made on his part. I decided to end the collaboration with Chris. That's a decision I made for myself. And I made a whole stream explaining why. So I take accountability for that. And I made a whole stream saying that. I don't take responsibility for Lib's decision because he made it for his reasons.
Okay, well, we'll see what the future holds. But if you keep losing, if like Hank doesn't start showing up, and Cynthia doesn't start showing up, at some point you're going to have to.
The show.
Oh, you're trying to obligate me to show up. That's what he told did.
This is a.
Then you have to.
The Wikipedia
then you have to provide for me.
Space. It's
wait.
Nobody's obligated to be here.
So
let me get this clear. If I have an obligation, then you have responsibility to provide for me. You accept that.
What are my responsibilities?
Ooh,
when I show up, I will do my best to entertain you, sir. Is that not good enough? Are you not entertaining?
No, it doesn't make me
resolved all this drama in like less than 2 minutes.
What'd you say?
That was masterful. I don't know why you're wasting your time at a grocery store.
Here's the thing. I show up whenever I want, unless you want to make a deal.
So Jeff,
if you want to make a deal, we can talk offline.
What kind of deal? Like, let's make a deal.
I'll pimp him. He's available for
Jeff. When you're
needs
co-host, what are you just letting them come up and them saying, "Hey, I want to be a co-host," and you be like, "All right, let's do it."
They were Chris was the only kind of semi-formal co-host. Chris came to me like a long time ago, a year ago, and said he wanted to collaborate on something. And that we picked that time. We said we're going to show up at this time every day. We're going to make it stable and consistent. That's how that started. So that's as official of a co-host as I've ever had. And then Lib just started hanging out all the time, and we were all aligned on like the vision for the channel. And we were talking about starting this like project that helped to give mental health support to the people in the community and the panelverse, and we all seemed aligned on that project. And the very next day was when everything was starting to fall apart. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad I didn't go forward with this project. I had no idea all this was going on under the surface. And Lib sent me a big message with paragraphs and paragraphs of stuff about me that he had in his head that was just not accurate. Like, I don't know where he got any of it from. He telling me how I think, how I feel, why I do things. And I'm like, none of that's right. Like, I know I have the answers to all of that right here inside. I could tell you how I think, feel, and why I do things. But he had his narrative, and he said he's going to go with that. He's not interested in the real story. So I don't know what to do.
Huh.
All right. Well, we're gonna have a tally, and I got my eye on your show. And if I see your normies, your regulars, not being regular degulars, we're gonna have a count.
Well, no, all you can end the pact at that point. You can decide, oh, this is not for me. I no longer want to collaborate, and so that's your recourse. If you see whatever it is, you're probably going to see, even if you're not looking for it.
No, you scaring people away is good content.
Oh,
I mean, I don't recommend
that's what
it.
Frank said. Like, he said, your fight with Chris should have been on stream.
Yeah, I agree with Frank.
Well, no, I don't know. I don't want to drama.
I am looking for hate
no,
watchers.
I don't want to drama.
Yeah, he is, and I'm very good at spinning up the hate, Jeff. I'll get
I mean,
you
I'm
some more
honestly shocked. I don't have them yet after
Listen.
a year.
hate. You know, I'll get you in with the Ortho Bros. We'll get
I tried
something done.
that. I was in the Crucible for like years. That's
Yeah, you're in the Crucible, but we need to get you on Jim Bob. They're actually more aggressive than the Crucible people.
I'll go on Jim Bob's. Or he
Yeah, exactly. Let's get this
Okay.
done.
Well, yeah, let's make it. That'll be content mid-birth.
In fact, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna invite you to Jim Bob's Discord server right now.
I think I'm in it, but yeah, sure.
I'm gonna go ahead and take off. Good talk. I hope your show takes off well, Jeff.
Thanks for the chat and the tips. Yours too.
I mean, if you ever need help, I'm always here. I'm not sure I was that much help, but I'm always here to help.
No, I think this was great content and information. In fact, I don't think it went far enough. I think we should maybe keep doing little chats like this periodically.
This is an example of you can have a goal, but when you have an open panel, it just takes a whole life of its own.
Yeah.
So this is just an example of that, and why I am doing no, my launch is tomorrow. Why I'm doing pre-recorded and not live anymore, because I want to spend all this work, because at the end of the day, this is my brand. This is something I'm building, and as much fun as I have with y'all, I hope to see this go places and monetary places. And I don't mean just monetary because you guys are members, but monetary because other companies see value in what I'm bringing and offer deals. So I do have an end goal in mind that's helping me set my path and what I'm aiming for.
Hold on, don't leave yet. Let me talk. So I think what just happened was Cynthia wanted to come up and talk about a topic, and then we started talking about fuck all.
Yeah, because
and that's going to scare her off because she wants to talk about the topic. Is that what's happening, Cynthia?
I told Cynthia
my time's up in 7 minutes, and then I have to walk the dogs, and then it's time for me to put my 2 hours in towards my walk. And this is an example of, I would love to sit here and hang out with you guys, but I'm committed to this.
Hey, thank you, Cynthia, and I'll be there for your premiere or whatever.
All right, thank you guys.
Yeah, we'll promote it too.
All right, I appreciate y'all. And it's going to be on a whole new page, like the new show. Like I have no zeros on the other. I have 0 subs.
Oh, you talk like a whole new channel?
Yeah, I'm starting all over from the scratch, and because I'm trying to keep the business blogs on one, the business show on one page, and my personal blog separate. I'm not, and I don't even know if I'm gonna cross promote as much over there as I am here, because I don't want business people to see my personal blog.
Oh yeah.
But people that know me here are already invested in me, so y'all are gonna see the story of is my dream to make a successful podcast gonna work. So y'all are gonna see it from this side, versus the business side people will only see the business,
like the professionalized.
Yeah,
version.
They won't see all this other stuff because some of you guys are crazy.
Don't
See,
sacrifice.
I'm getting stuff done.
I did a whole topic on perfectionism last year, and I'll probably update it. That's a common thing in this world.
Well, I think yours is backwards, but I love that you did it and good job. And make sure to have your vision board. For me, having a vision board, having a board, know that every morning I can wake up and I can look at that reminds me to create and reminds me to build my gold mine, meaning my content is my gold mine, my thoughts, my intellectual property is my gold mine, and I'm treating it like that.
Yeah, I have different issues than you, so my problem is not. I'm good at envisioning things. I'm not good at getting stuff done fast enough to make a difference. So I had to focus on
the execution.
Accountability partners. And that's a whole thing.
Body doubling.
Accountability partner. You know, have an accountability stream, Jeff. You know, okay, guys. If you
I hate accountability. I do that internally. So I hate being accountable to other people for my personal goal. That's just creepy to me. That's like collectivism.
I hate it too, but it does make me faster. So I do it.
You don't
here's my streams or accountability streams, all of them.
You don't need one forever, but you do need the training wheels to learn how to ride the bike. You do need to develop that whole.
But a lot, like with neurodivergent people, a lot of the times we have to come up with our own ways because the traditional ways just don't work for. And this could be one of those things. So, like being very dogmatic and insisting that I need that when that may not be the thing that works for me, and that's common with people whose brains work in weird and different ways.
Okay,
accountability just doesn't work for me.
So. But now you still have the objective of creating a project, making the project happen, just putting the project out and seeing it grow. In what way that your mind works?
I'm accountable to myself. Like I am the one that suffers if I don't meet my goals and get my projects done. That's all I need. I don't need another person in addition to me to be accountable to get something done. I'm very self-motivated and self-started, self-directed.
Oh, you are? So, well, then you wouldn't need one, right? But not
that's what I said.
Yeah, not everybody is that way. So you have like, okay, by this, you have time marks and goals.
I've never, even in school, I've never had a problem getting stuff done. Like I write all my essays the night before or the day of or whatever, but I get it done by the deadline. I've never had a problem like meeting my responsibilities.
Mm-hmm. And then you could be Hank's accountability partner.
That's just not ever been an issue for me.
I can't be accountable myself. It's just I'm not good with starting things out. But once the thing's going, I can definitely finish it.
So it's a getting started thing.
Yeah, it's a getting started thing, and some things, or just it makes sense when we complete it. And other things I said, I'll blow it off. I don't care because.
Have you tried body doubling? That might be.
What's the definition of body doubling?
Well, a lot of people use it in the ADHD community. They'll sign on a computer with somebody and they'll work on their projects, and they have another person on the other end. They don't necessarily have to talk or anything, but you're just doing something with another person instead of by yourself.
Yeah, that's what my panels
are. All it takes to get things done.
Yeah, that's what my panels are.
Yeah, I had a friend that would come on my Zooms and hang out and like clean his house and stuff while we chatted on Zoom with people because it like motivated him to do his work because there was other people in the background.
Yeah, that's my TE. That's my SETs. That's
and
my
there's even
my panels
there's like
just getting my crap done.
There's ADHD Discords where they have body double channels, and you can go in and say, "Hey, I need a body double. Is anybody around?" And then somebody can go to voice channel with you.
I could do that, or I could just broadcast the ether and let the drama play out because
feel free to post in our channel. I can even make a body double channel in our Discord for people that when they're wanting to work on something.
Oh yeah, what's it called? A body double? Yeah, make that in our Discord.
All right, I'll set up.
That's kind of cool because like even when you're like sitting, like when I'm sitting writing topics, I'm like just bouncing them off of my own. Or my dogs, and they're not a big help.
And part of that's good for community too. It helps build those connections. All right, I just made one.
All right, then I'll talk to you gentlemen later. Y'all have a wonderful
Cynthia, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
See ya.
Excellent. All right. Hank, do you have anything you want to wrap up with? I have to end because I have some of the top of the hour.
Absolutely. If you want to make a deal, Bro Logic, pay me on Discord. Otherwise, I want ice cream now. So see you later.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Vanilla, please.
Okay.
French vanilla.
All right. So yes, here's what happened. Cynthia, the other day, I told her she could come on and talk about this topic, but it's also a morning coffee open panel time, and I didn't know that she wanted specifically to have the so we have the option of setting, if people want to present topics, we have the option of doing it in other ways. We just didn't have a conversation about it, so I just brought her on with the panel thinking that it would all work out somehow. Now I know in the future, if Cynthia comes on, to give her her own slot. So does that address what you were saying earlier? Because that's exactly what happened. People thought they were coming up to present topics, but it was also a panel at the same time, and that happens a lot on this stream. And we switch back and forth. I'll backstage some people so that we can have a conversation. Then I'll bring them back on to hang out, etc.
What did you guys have a time?
Different types of spaces here at once, so it's like DJ.
Did she set up a specific time?
No, she said I'll just drop by your coffee.
Well, okay, so let's. I mean, that's on her too, right?
There were no official firm expectations set.
Well, then I guess you know what. I mean, she's not upset. It's nothing.
I don't think she's upset. I was more addressing your I think she's fine, and I'm fine.
She's fine.
Your observations of it.
But that's what I see. That's what happens. And then we got me and Frank with our own little weird thing that's going, or Hank, excuse me.
Let me give you, this is panel rule number. If you're going to survive the panel verse, you have to internalize at least this one rule. Ignore Frank. Just ignore. Don't even give him space.
Hank or Frank?
Frank. Oh, you talking about Hank?
I like Frank. He trolls me. I love the troll.
You talking about Hank? There's no. That's another troll. There's no thing with Hank. You can ignore that one too. Everybody does.
No, I like Hank, but I'm just saying. I'm using an example. There's something. I'm a little confused there myself
with Hank.
Listen. What I'm trying to say is,
was it after you saw him with his shirt off?
Oh my god! I'm trying to. I think when I talk, I should just get the screen by myself because you keep interrupting me.
Well, that happens on this panel. That's come up before, over and over.
Okay, I have to deal with it. I guess I'll just talk louder. So, Jesus, you really got me flustered here. So, yes, I don't know what you and Cynthia planned on doing or whatever, but if you didn't have a specific start time, then it wasn't like it. I would think that the expectation is not, hey, I want to be like Johnny Carson. And
no, in fact, she was supposed to show up yesterday. She didn't, so she showed up today. So it wasn't even the same day we talked. It was very casual and informal.
Sure, very casual. Yes, my vagina is sore, Moose, or whatever moniker you're going by now. So what can we say? Can we at least fix this color on your screen before we go?
Yeah, since we solved all of the other deep dramas that are going on, I think we did a fantastic job on it.
Great. Just Frank, let's do it in 10 minutes.
So I did the brand. I changed the brand, but I can't figure out how to get it to reflect on the banner.
Did you change the brand color?
Yeah.
Maybe make a new banner.
It's like satanic red now.
Just do a new banner and see what happens.
All right. I might have to do that later.
It only takes like 10 seconds. Just do like testing.
All right. So
pull that one down. Do a new one that says testing.
Create. What's a folder? Create folder.
I don't know what that. I don't even know.
Create a banner. Okay.
Testing.
Add banner. No, it's still black.
Are you sure that it's what under brand color?
Oh, look at
there.
That.
You go.
There's a second setting that you have to check to get it.
You go. Okay.
So,
but then you should not. I don't like white. You should make it black.
All right. Well, hang on. All right.
I don't know. That's neat. I think
I
it's
don't know if you can change
better.
the font. It looks like you're stuck with white.
No, you're not stuck with white. That's just totally incorrect.
Well, if you can figure it out, it's StreamYard because I'm not seeing an option.
Okay, let's figure it out. Let's go to banners. Let's go to this one. Let's edit it. Scroll bottom ticket. No, that's not it. Let's go back to banners.
Should the names be red or leave those black? I guess there's no way to. They either all change or none. All right.
There is a way. Let's see here. I feel like I want a darker red.
Yeah, well, we can tweak the color.
We can tweak the color later. Yes, I guess
like
I feel rushed.
Red.
I feel like I'm rushed, so maybe we should just end it.
Well, I have something coming up in like 20 minutes.
All right, sweet. All right, we'll get that done. But of course, you don't need anyone to hold you accountable because you're just.
No, I like that. This helps though.
So great.
I like it helps having like a strong masculine figure guiding me and telling me what to do.
Yeah, but
is
then
that red enough? I was in theater a lot. I take direction very well. Like when I'm on stage and the director's barking orders like go here, do this, do that. I respond to that very well. I always have.
Great. So you mean I'm gonna look great. But I don't know. I can't think when I know that you're rushed, so we'll just end it there. Oh, but speaking of theater, I just got another movie role. FYI. No. Yes.
We tried to watch your other one. Well, tell me about this role.
It's another sequel, but I wasn't in the first one, of course. It's a sequel to Black Slasher, so I'm going to be in Black Slasher 2.
Are you going to be the slasher or get slashed?
Well,
it'd be blackface slasher.
Since it's Black Slasher, typically it's all a bunch of black people, so they usually want me for like racist white cop
kill whitey
kind of role.
You're gonna get slashed.
I don't know, probably. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but I like these guys, so I'm glad they gave me a call. So that's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
So if you want to watch the first one, watch Black Slasher. But probably Black Slasher 2 is not going to be out until.
Are you in Black Slasher?
No.
Oh, we tried to watch we tried really, really hard.
Didn't like it. Huh?
Well, you
can be honest.
No, it was a piece of crap. Honestly, it really was. It was like a mix between a bad porno, like a B porno, and a like.
Did you at least fast forward through my scenes?
Cosby Show after school special.
Did you at least fast forward?
They had like this porno star in the mall. She was like trying to hump the mall Santa, and they had all these kids like right in front of these kids. So it was like a mix between trashy porn stars and kids. Like,
did you at least see my scenes?
Kids or New Edition or a different?
Look, I didn't write the script, 80s man.
Kids.
I didn't write the script, but did you watch my scenes or not?
No, I need to go back and at least watch your acting.
You're such a dick.
Look, I have a life. I have shit to do. I have a whole stack of.
Yeah, but isn't it funny to see Midlife Bro Logic in a freaking Tubi movie as an actor? Isn't that funny? I guess not. I am a degen. Yeah, I'm an actor. I'm in movies. I'm in Tubi movies.
We have to at least watch his scene today so I can see his acting. And if I have to suffer through it, I'm not doing it alone.
I have
a Survivor episode today. You have to sit through that.
Survivor is shit. My ex-wife used to love that show. I couldn't freaking stand it.
Don't easy. Don't watch it.
I won't.
That's what I do at the shows I think are shit.
No, but you don't understand. I was married to this woman and she loved it, and it was.
So it's all part of your trauma complex.
I don't know. No, not really. I mean, she liked the show. It's fine. We didn't have to like that, but it just reminds me of her anytime we think of Survivor. But anyways, okay, let's end this.
Okay.
Maybe one day I'll be in a good movie, or at least a good scene.
Oops, sorry.
And that's it. Peace out, and I hope you get 10 million subs today.
You too,
see you, Jeff.
I'll check you later. All right, I have to wrap this up. I'll be back at 3 p.m. Central to talk about traditionalism and rationalism. All right, y'all take care. I'll see y'all again. Let me turn all this red crap off. Oh, wait, that was the peace sign. Hang on. I retract that. This. Although I think we did achieve peace more or less today. That was amazing. Midlife, me, Moose, Cynthia, in like less than 2 minutes, I think solved all of the latest panel drama like that. Good job, guys.